Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Kind of have the XRP news of the day, all right? And this is going to be kind of a inquisitive video as we look into kind of where your guys' head's at, because this is going to be a big week for crypto. What we have coming with the crypto summit, XRP named in that briefing where we will have some of the heads. Michael Saylor even will be involved in that meeting in the White House on March 7th. And we're going to look at XRP on the chart right now. We're going to dive into some of the numbers. And I also want to share with you guys kind of what the big news is, because can you justify BTC over XRP as the reserve asset? All right, I want to share with you guys some numbers. I want to talk kind of into some rumors as well for XRP. So if you are a member of XRP Army, let YouTube know. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching over on X, appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow me on that platform as well. At @TCryptoMark is my handle, bottom left of your screen. And let's get right down into it, okay? We do also want to share kind of what we're talking about more mainstream, because I think that everything that's happening right now, we can talk about the crypto bubbles to our blue in the face. XRP trading $2.49, so almost above that 250 plateau that we've been dealing with. But XRP is following suit with the rest of the crypto in the top 100. Very bullish day. XLM's even up. XRP 7.2%, as you see on your screen, and this is more so a detailed chart as we look into BTCC. For all of those numbers, just a tick below 250. So the big question is, can we get over $3 come March 7th within the crypto summit, and what is in store for XRP and company? Okay, so we'll talk about that right now in the video. If you do want to trade, if you're with a new exchange, this is BTCC. Check them out. Links down below to sign up. One of the partners here on the channel. Not only is this one of the longest standing crypto exchanges out there, over 13 years, guys. This is something where they offer spot and futures trading for American-based citizens. So check them out, do your own research, and a lot of people have been signing up for BTCC. So it's good to see those numbers. Links down below if you want to start getting involved on that exchange, okay? So before we get into it a little bit deeper, this is the rumor that the U.S. government might be planning a massive XRP acquisition at $10,000 per token using treasury bills. If this happens, I kind of want to know your comments. I know this is just rumor speculation, but I want to know your comments down below, okay? Would this reshape the entire global financial system? Okay, so let me know down below in the comments about that. But this is kind of where we lead into the article coming out from the Crypto Basic, how no one can technically justify BTC over XRP as a reserve asset. It's just a narrative, okay? And that's kind of where you get into President Trump, the inclusion of XRP as a proposed U.S. crypto reserve, part of that strategic reserve, right? And this is kind of where you look for the argument where a lot of BTCers, right, some maximalists out there, we've heard Tyler Winklevoss talking about and for those of you that do not know, one of the co-founders of Gemini, talking about how anything that involves Solana, XRP, or Cardano should not be included with a strategic reserve, albeit nothing against those cryptos personally. However, I do think it's funny to mention that someone brought up that, in terms of ADA, Gemini still has not relisted ADA, so that's kind of interesting along those lines. But if we get further down that argument, according to him, Bitcoin is the only crypto right now that meets the bar in that regard, okay? And this is something where I think Charles Hoskinson knows a little bit more, one of the head of ADA, in some form or fashion, I should say founder. They are really decentralized, so they don't really have a crypto head. But this is something where he goes on to say, in response to that Winklevoss tweet, notice how they never tell you what the threshold is, okay? So that's something where he goes on to suggest, and he's very scientific and very academic, so this is something where I do think that it's the lines between the lines, okay? But he suggests basically that Bitcoin proponents are merely using psychological criteria to qualify themselves for the strategic reserve instead of something concrete, okay? And that's something where, further getting into the argument, this is coming out from XRP Mickle, okay? Notice how no one is able to articulate a technical reason why Bitcoin is a better reserve asset than XRP. And that's kind of, going after some comments such as Rand Nooner, we all know him, Crypto Banter, talking about how you can't not take any crypto seriously, including Cardano and XRP, if we are any crypto reserve, I should say. Okay, but there are no foundations. It almost seems like ill will, you know, emotion, loss. It all kind of incorporates all of those thoughts into kind of why people are against it. So if you guys have some very good reasons why you would declassify XRP, and even if you want to get down Cardano and Solana, let me know in the comments. Give me the reason. Why should Bitcoin be the only asset used for the strategic reserve? If you do agree with this. However, if we get further into the XRP conversation, this is something where you have to look into kind of the decentralized ownership. Obviously, that could be something where 40% of XRP is owned by a single corporation that lies within Ripple. Also, this is something where I think that the narrative going down debunks all that, right? If they were to acquire and use up basically if the United States would acquire that reserve, that's going to be very interesting. That's why I brought up that rumor. That's why you can look into this. You know, if they are going to plan a XRP acquisition at $10,000 per token, that's what's interesting, okay? Because that basically is almost like buying a crypto and you're essentially putting a stamp on it saying that they will be worth this one day, or that's the value we believe it is, and we're going to make it that value. Okay, so kind of very similar to what they did with gold, honestly. So that's an interesting storyline to go over. Okay, but the last thing that I do want to kind of talk about, you know, if you talk about XRP, you have to talk about the ledger, and the only thing that you have to understand is that the XRP supply is a little bit more concentrated. Okay, so that's going to be good and bad in my opinion. Okay, but this is something where if XRP's ledger would fail, okay, if Ripple were to fail, if they talk about the centralization, the ledger would only lose that one validator, not its entire structure. So maybe one day, if it's a conflict of interest, some kind of storyline in that regard, that things would change eventually. But I think that's something that goes that XRP possibly could change into something, evolve into something, if it's beneficial for Ripple and its holders and the heads of Ripple, I should say, where they're like, okay, you know, it's similar to like if, say, Google wanted to sell their company to Apple one day, or if they just had an offer they cannot refuse. I think that's something that possibly could be in the works, okay? And, you know, kind of trusting in somebody getting that to where it needs to go to, that Ripple would be one day used to facilitate all of these payments internationally, cross-border, and that's kind of where you could see the wild, wacky world of what XRP could look like in 10 years. Okay, but I'll leave you guys with one thing. The SEC did not go after just Ripple. Okay, I think that's something where they went on a witch hunt because they knew exactly what was happening at the top. They tried to eliminate a cryptocurrency. Okay, so similar to what we have with digital, with actual physical gold. You look back in the test of time. There's a lot of people that want to destroy gold to make the value of what they owned more money. Okay, so that's kind of what we look at. And this is something where if you look into XRP, if it was something to do with the whole commodity security debate, this is something where it really changed the ball game. Okay, so now that the table is set, I think that the fact that Brad Garlinghouse is not involved with what's going on in Washington, more so on the forefront, like how we saw Hoskinson getting involved and now taking a step back, I think that he knows a lot more, and I think that he is some form of almost an ego in a sense, where he's starting to tip his hands a little bit in code. So I'm really focusing on what Charles Hoskinson says. I know it's kind of cryptic at times, but I do think it has a more intrinsic message as we look to see what's going to be happening in the crypto world, especially moving forward with XRP and Cardano in specific. So it's kind of lining up. The table's set, like I said, so it's going to be fun to see this one evolve. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us on not just YouTube, but also on X, as we will be diving into this stuff every single day. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Give me a couple minutes of your time. Also, before you exit the video, check my link down below if you do want to explore BTCC. Check out that exchange. Get signed up today if it's right for you, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you all for watching. Cheers.